Welcome to Photos of the Past. We share history's most intriguing images. Don't forget to subscribe and comment. This photograph shows a Union soldier who lost both of his arms after the American Civil War. The devastating effects of the war are physically evident in this soldier's body. Despite the hardships and physical toll of the surgeries, his determined and calm expression reflects his fight for survival and resilience. This photograph shows a war artist during the American Civil War. The artist is capturing the most chaotic and difficult moments of the war. Amid the battle, he sits peacefully on the rocks, meticulously documenting the scenes. Despite the challenges of the time, he knows that his art will preserve the stories and scars of war for future generations. This photograph shows a young sailor serving on a warship during the American Civil War. Despite his young age, this boy carries significant responsibility within the Navy. Standing in front of the ship's cannon, his determined expression reflects his dedication to duty, even in the harsh conditions of war. This photograph shows a Union and a Confederate soldier sitting side by side during the American Civil War. Despite having fought on opposing sides, these two soldiers seem to share a peaceful moment after the war. Their uniforms symbolize the division they once represented, but the fatigue on their faces reveals the shared hardships and struggles experienced by both. This image stands as a symbol of unity and reconciliation after the devastation of war. This photograph shows a Union soldier after his release from Andersonville prison. It reveals the inhumane conditions of the American Civil War. The soldier, who survived the grueling time of starvation and disease, bears the profound scars of war and imprisonment. His emaciated body stands as a stark testament to the devastating effects of the war and the prison's brutal conditions. This photograph shows President Abraham Lincoln and General George McClellan discussing strategy in a war tent during the American Civil War. Lincoln frequently consulted with military leaders in the field during the war's most challenging days. This image serves as a powerful symbol of Lincoln's personal leadership style and his active involvement on the ground. The American flag draped over the table highlights how the nation's fate was being shaped by the decisions made in tents like this one. This photograph shows the family of a soldier during the American Civil War. It captures a rare instance of a family accompanying a soldier at the front. The woman is seen washing clothes while the children play with a dog, and the father experiences a rare moment with his family amid the war. This image highlights the strength of family bonds despite the hardships of war. This photograph shows John Burns, who fought in the Battle of Gettysburg at 70 years old. Despite his age, he took up arms and fought alongside Union soldiers. Sitting in a rocking chair outside his home, Burns bears the exhaustion of war on his face. The rifle beside him symbolizes his bravery. This photograph shows Lewis Powell, one of John Wilkes Booth's co-conspirators in the assassination of President Abraham Lincoln. Powell was tasked with killing Secretary of State William Seward, but his attempt failed. In the photo, he sits handcuffed, leaning against the wall, with a gaze that reflects the weight of the crime and the deep tragedy he became entangled in at such a young age. The failed assassination marked the beginning of his journey toward execution. This photograph shows President Abraham Lincoln meeting with Union officers in the field during the American Civil War. Lincoln's tall stature and iconic hat make him easily recognizable among the crowd. During the critical days of the war, Lincoln often visited the front lines to hold strategic meetings with his officers. This image reflects Lincoln's leadership style and the strong connection he maintained with his military leaders. The tents in the background highlight the ongoing need for planning and strategy, despite the difficult conditions of war. This photograph shows a group of Union officers during the American Civil War, relaxing in front of their camp tent. The officers are enjoying a moment of respite from the daily tensions of war, smoking cigars and sipping their drinks. Their camaraderie and togetherness symbolize the strong solidarity that helped them endure the hardships of war. Even the dog lying on the ground adds to the relaxed atmosphere of this scene. This photograph shows soldiers during the American Civil War in a moment of relaxation. Gathered in front of their tents, the soldiers are seen watching a cockfight. Amid the destructive and stressful nature of war, such pastimes provided a brief escape and relaxation for the troops. The image reflects both the ordinary aspects of military life and the social habits of the time. These moments offered a short break from the hardships of the battlefield. This photograph shows President Abraham Lincoln with General McClernand at a camp during the American Civil War. Lincoln's tall stature and iconic hat immediately stand out as this scene captures one of his moments strategizing with leaders in the field. The image in front of the tent symbolizes the harsh realities of war alongside the resilience of its leaders. This photograph shows General Andrew Porter and his officers during the American Civil War. In the most challenging days of the war, these officers were responsible for developing strategies and leading their troops. Taken in front of a tent, this photo reflects their sense of leadership and camaraderie. The seriousness on their faces reveals the gravity of the war they were engaged in and the immense responsibility they carried. This photograph shows the soldiers of the 170th New York Infantry resting during the American Civil War. In the chaos of war, these soldiers have gathered under the sun, taking a brief respite. Amid the tension and conflict, such moments of relaxation were vital for maintaining the soldiers' resilience. This portrait shows Admiral David Dixon Porter, who played a crucial role in the Union Navy during the American Civil War. Porter was a key figure in naval operations, particularly in securing control of the Mississippi River. His gaze in this photograph reflects the determination of his leadership and the heavy responsibilities he carried during that time. The gold buttons and stripes on his uniform symbolize his high rank and influence within the Navy. This photograph shows a black Union soldier and his family during the American Civil War. The soldier, posing in his uniform, symbolizes his dedication to both his country and his family. Pictured with his wife and 2 children, this portrait highlights the strength of family unity, even during the hardships of war. The image not only reflects the struggle for freedom, but also underscores the importance of family bonds. This photograph shows Robert Smalls, a significant figure in the American Civil War. A former slave, Smalls gained his freedom by commandeering the Confederate ship Planter and surrendering it to Union forces, becoming a national hero. After the war, Smalls entered politics and continued to fight for the rights and freedom of his people. In this portrait, his determined and wise demeanor is evident. This photograph shows General Ulysses S. Grant on horseback during the American Civil War. As one of the most prominent figures in the war, Grant commanded the Union forces. Taken in front of his headquarters on the battlefield, this image captures his calm yet determined posture. He was always in the field with his soldiers, making the crucial decisions that would shape the nation's future. This photograph shows a Union camp during the American Civil War. Soldiers rest in the shade of the trees, trying to recover from the exhaustion of battle. The camp offers a brief moment of relaxation, away from the tension of the conflict. In the background, wagons and tents highlight the logistics of the war. Throughout this video, we witnessed powerful moments from the American Civil War. Each photograph tells a story from the depths of history, capturing the brutality of war, acts of heroism, and the resilience of humanity. If you enjoy content like this, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and join us as we continue to explore the mysterious pages of history. Hit the like button to show your support, and feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.